Well, first of all, there is an increased number of women in the prison system in Wisconsin, and for me there's an unacceptable amount of women who are in prison, and for that reason unable to vote, unable to be a citizen in the United States in a lot of ways, because they are in the prison system on probation or parole. So that number is going up in Wisconsin, and for me that means a lot of things, not just for women, but for families and communities.
I knew I couldn't vote because I was on parole, and at the same time it hurts the community because the whole entire community might want to vote for one person, but our vote makes a difference. And with us not being able to vote, that makes our community harder, especially when you live in a minority and poverty level community. It makes it really hard because in those communities you have a high rate of convicts, criminals, you know, people on parole, probation, all things like that. And it hurts the community because the people we might want to vote for, we can't, and the person that we're against might win, and then it destroys our community by the things they change, the bills they make.
I feel personally impacted by it because I think it's so unfortunate, and I don't think we do. I think we should do all that we can to eliminate people's barriers to vote as opposed to creating more.
Studies show that children, you know, obviously repeat behaviors of their parents quite systematically. So children often learn how to vote by going with their parents for the first time. And so when mothers and fathers don't get the chance to vote, even if they are with their children, this really reflects on entire generations not getting that really important habit of going to the ballot box.
I think the greatest form of disenfranchisement is not giving people the opportunity for rehabilitation. I think that's going to prison. Sure, there's an air of punishment about going to prison. You did something wrong, you have to pay for that. But it shouldn't define a person for the rest of their lives. I think that's morally wrong. And I think we need to look at it like that. People aren't, I'm one of those people that doesn't believe that folks aren't throwaways. And we have to know that when we send somebody to prison, eventually, for most crimes, they will get out. And we need to prepare them to be fully engaged citizens, people who are invested in themselves and the world around them, so that they have a reason not to want to reoffend. They have skin in the game.
Look what happened, you know, 92 years ago in 1920 when women got the right to vote. It changed our entire country. That's the same kind of thing that giving people their voice back once they've served their time would do for our country again.
According to a recent poll, 72% of voters statewide agree that people with felony convictions living in the community should be allowed to vote. Blocking people from voting after they're released from prison is incompatible with the re-entry process. It is yet another obstacle to the formerly incarcerated from reintegrating into society.
A lot of us that are felons, we've changed our lives, and we feel like we've done our time. We lived by the rules. We didn't get back incarcerated, no trouble, no nothing. I feel like we deserve that right, you know, and I feel like everybody should fight for that right for other people.
If you're walking on this earth and you're an adult, 18 years older, I think you should have the right to vote.
If you want to learn more, or if you would like to ensure we have fair elections in Wisconsin, contact the ACLU at 414-272-4032 or visit our website, aclu-wi.org.
If you've been convicted of a felony but are no longer incarcerated, on probation, parole, or extended supervision, you can vote. This video and the ACLU of Wisconsin Foundation report, Unlock the Vote Wisconsin, are supported by the David Rockefeller Fund. Download the report at aclu-wi.org.